How's it going, everyone? This is Dixon of the Ultimate Gamer. I'm logging on. Today's game review will be Home Safety Hotline, which is a Steam exclusive at this point, and it's been out for over 2 years. And I found it on sale, or I found it on one of my recommendations, and it seemed like a pretty interesting game. After seeing the video clips and the pics on the Steam homepage,
I don't know what's going on inside my house. I hear something crawling in the walls.
It's in the house. Nothing we did worked.
Okay, you want to explain to me what the hell's happening?
Someone's breaking into my house and going through all my stuff at night.
It's in my bedroom right now. My wife. I can't see her face.
Please say you can help me.
Please hold.
I must pay for my sins.
this tells me that I have to get this game. Home Safety Hotline is another one of those games that pays homage to the 90s home computer days back in the 90s, or internet services, or workplaces from the 90s. But this workplace sim combines psychological horror elements to it. So it's obviously a 90s hotline simulation, but also brought some horror elements into the plot. Alright, let's be real here. Most horror games today are either jump scare factory or a walking simulator with a flashlight. They want you to scream, but they don't want you to think. Well, in that case, enter a Home Safety Hotline from Night Signal Entertainment, which were the same creators behind the upcoming Forbidden Solitaire game, which I did a Let's Play demo of that a few days ago, and boy, I can't wait to get my hands on it. But in the meantime, let's get to work with Home Safety Hotline. So what the hell do you do in this game, or on this job? You play as a phone operator and answer calls. Your job is to answer calls from people who are terrified of things in their homes. Ghosts, possessed appliances, weird noises in the walls. It may sound boring. Yeah, it does sound boring. Right? Wrong! This game is a masterclass in psychological stress wrapped in a package that looks like it was drawn by a disturbed child in 1994. And the game takes place in 1996. Basically, for realistic purposes, it's best that you wear headphones when you're playing this game to listen to audio. And practically have a microphone setting with, that's attached to your headset instead of using a regular microphone. But whatever works for you. The gameplay loop is simple. You have a quota of calls to answer. You have limited resources. You can either shout at the caller to calm them down, write notes on your notepad, or just hang up on them. Or just say, fuck you and quit wasting my time. Nah. The real problem here is, I wouldn't call this a problem or not, though. Well, the problem, the callers are not normal people. They are delusional, terrified, or straight up possessed. Obviously, this is actually a fictional timeline setting that's set in a different world pretty much, so it's practically interesting, since it's kind of an actual job involving horror elements. Home Safety Hotline balances management and horror perfectly. You have to balance your stress meter while trying to figure out if the caller is actually in danger or if they are just losing their mind. There's a timer ticking down, and if you don't get the right answer, the caller might do something terrible to themselves, or worse, come to your house. Yeah, you definitely don't want that to happen. It's a tight loop that gets incredibly intense. You're not just listening to a story, you're managing a chaotic situation with seconds to spare. What really sells this game is the atmosphere. The 90s aesthetic is not just a costume, it's a character itself. The sound design is top tier. Background music is this eerie. The ambient synth wave that makes your skin crawl without needing a loud noise to do it. The voice acting is hilarious and terrifying at the same time. The callers sound genuinely unhinged, which makes the game feel like a mix of prank calls and a horror movie. It captures the specific feeling of being stuck in a small office, isolated from the rest of the world, while the world outside is going to hell. Well, it definitely makes sense, and I would rather live in that world than live in a woke world.
The police told me to call this number, so I hope I got the right number here. Anyway, I think somebody is stalking me. I can see their shadow at night at my window, just staring into the house. When I close the window, I can still hear him out there, breathing. I've been sleeping on the couch every night this past week, just so he won't see me. The police said they can't do anything, so please, send somebody or do something about this. I can hardly sleep anymore.
Please hold.
Hello, yes, I believe there may be some kind of problem with our home ventilation. Lately, we've been hearing awful banging noises coming from the ceiling, and the air quality seems to have been drastically reduced. My daughter hasn't been able to stop coughing.
Please hold.
What do you mainly do in Home Safety Hotline is actually do research on the package that you have limited access to, so that way you'll understand what information to give any caller. That just make sure you give them the right answer, or your supervisor will come down on you like a ton of bricks. And pretty much you make few mistakes, you get terminated.
Supervisor Carol here.
We've been watching you for some time, and I must say that we have been rather disappointed in your performance here. Many of our callers' lives have been altered for the worse thanks to your negligent answers. Your failure to treat your work here with the gravity it deserves has unfortunately forced us to make a very difficult choice in regards to your continued employment at HSH. Effective immediately, your employment here has been terminated. We wish you the best in your future endeavors.
And Home Safety Hotline does get challenging as you move on, and it's most likely a daily job from Monday to Sunday. The more you move on, the more limited resources you have access to. The main key success of the game, or the job, is that you must do your research on the packages that have been given to you so you can give the caller the correct answers. If you give them the wrong answer, they'll call back either later or the next day to bite your fucking head off. Well, not literally, but most likely come down on your ass like a ton of bricks, and then they'll write complaints to my supervisor, and then I get a call and get cited by the supervisor, or if I make too many mistakes, I get terminated.
Hank here. That's strike two with you people. First you tell me there's nothing, then you send me the wrong information. I did what your info package said to do, and now there's even more critters in my yard. They're all staring at me now. They want me to climb inside the tunnel. I must go inside. I must pay for my sins.
Hey, yeah, you backbrain sent me some info when I was asking for some lawn care. Now my whole family's sick to our stomachs and itchy as all get out. Thanks for nothing, jerk.
Now let's jump into the pros and cons of Home Safety Hotline. The pros. Well, first of all, the writing is fantastic, the dialogue is creative and unpredictable, and you never know what kind of weirdo is going to call you next. Yeah, there's some weirdos. Some of them don't look like weirdos, but some look like normal people, but you know those. Second good thing about this game, it's cheap on Steam for the price of a cup of coffee. You get a solid 3 to 4 hours of gameplay. And the third pro is it's short and it doesn't drag on. Or to be exact, doesn't waste my time. So you can finish the game on one sitting if you want a quick scare fix. And fourth, the voice acting may be over the top, but still pretty damn good. But for the cons, it may not be for everyone. Next, the cons. The game can get annoyingly repetitive if you aren't into management aspect. If you hate having to manage resources in the game, it will feel more like a chore rather than a horror game. But at the same time, it's actually meant to be a work simulation and a horror game, so sometimes waiting around can be boring, but at the same time, it's part of the job. Realistically. So, not really much of a huge con there. Now the verdict. Should you buy a Home Safety Hotline on Steam? Well, it depends on if you like games like Papers, Please, which that one's more of an espionage. But Home Safety Hotline is more of a spine-tingling horror work simulation. And if you do like that sort of thing, then I would definitely say yes. It's a unique experience that doesn't rely on cheap tricks to scare you. It relies more on the sheer weirdness of its premises and the stress of the gameplay loop. Home Safety Hotline is solid, short, and surprisingly deep into the minds of terrified people. It's worth your time if you want something that makes you feel like a total failure at your job while simultaneously being terrified of a vacuum cleaner. Yeah, a fucking vacuum cleaner that'll sneak up on you and bite you in the ass. I'm getting a little overtaught myself here. That's how I am. Above all, Home Safety Hotline is definitely recommendable in my book. It may not be for everyone that's into like work simulations and horror movie blended, but I actually like both concepts of it along with other similarities with espionage like for Papers, Please. But Home Safety Hotline is definitely recommended. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching and listening. This is Dixon of the Ultimate Game Realm logging off. And don't forget to answer the fucking phone.